What up guys, Miguel here from Yugatech, and in this video, we're taking a look at the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. For the longest time, OPPO's regional executives have maintained that the Flip series will be their flagship offering in the Philippines for the time being. However, this might soon change as we're hoping to see the Find X series arriving in the Philippines later this year, which is why we're pretty much just in time to take the OPPO Find X7 Ultra out for a spin and share our findings. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get right into the video. Kicking things off, let's state the obvious. The Find X7 Ultra is a huge smartphone. It's relatively thick and heavy. I mean, it's pretty much right up there amongst the other heavyweights out in the market today, like the Xiaomi 14 Ultra and the Honor Magic 6 Pro. But putting that aside, we actually like the design of the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. Notable design features include a leather and glass back panel. More on these later. Moving on, we have the power button and volume rocker on its right side here. And surprisingly, there's this VIP slider on the left side. I don't know if you guys can see that one. It's a feature similar to the alert slider popularized by OnePlus. Users can set their slider to VIP mode, which blocks access from the microphone, location, and camera for greater privacy. At the bottom of the device, we have the primary speaker grill, a USB Type-C port for charging and wired data transfers, the primary microphone, and a SIM card slot. That's a dual nano SIM card slot, if you guys were wondering. Up top, we have a second speaker grill, a noise-canceling microphone, and an IR blaster. The front display sports a curved glass that blends into the frame and connects flush into the rear, making the handset easier to handle. At the back, the faux leather has a nice soft texture that covers a little more than half of the rear and transitions to a glossy ceramic finish around the camera module for an interesting two-tone look. Despite the rather thick profile, the Find X7 Ultra feels solid and well-balanced when handheld. The stainless steel frame feels cold to the touch when left in an air-conditioned room. It's a shiny, polished finish that fuses together the front display and the two-tone glass and leather back panel. In addition, the device features an IP68 rating, making it completely dust and water resistant. Just be mindful that taking the phone for dips in chlorinated pools and beaches is not a good idea. The OPPO Find X7 Ultra features a curved LTPO AMOLED 3D display that excels even outdoors. This display is well protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Plus, it has a screen protector already pre-installed out of the box. Suffice to say, the screen on the Find X7 Ultra is one of the nicest we've seen this year. Very bright, colors are vibrant, but even and balanced. It produces visuals with high contrast, deep blacks, and great clarity. While others might be bothered by the curved display, when playing games, we think it's an essential design aspect that makes the device feel thinner and more ergonomic in hand. The display's bezels are pretty thin, but not the thinnest we've seen. There is a punch hole in the upper section of the display to make way for the selfie camera. The call earpiece is situated along the border of the glass and the metal frame, which is a very thin and almost unnoticeable slit for an earpiece like most flagships these days. For biometrics, you can use the usual password options or enroll your face or fingerprint for more security. The Face Unlock recognizes our registered faces quickly, even when wearing eyeglasses. Meanwhile, the in-display fingerprint sensor is equally just as fast and accurate. For optics, the Find X7 Ultra really shines with its quad camera setup. The main sensor has built-in optical image stabilization. The ultra-wide can be used for macro photography, with objects as near as 4 centimeters. As for the next two sensors, they're both periscopic telephoto cameras that offer great zooming capabilities. To elaborate, the entire rear camera system working together lets users shoot at up to a focal length of 200 millimeters and up to 120 times or 120x of smooth hybrid AI-optimized digital zooming if needed. As always, we've come prepared with some sample shots you guys should already be seeing on your screens. The main camera is perfect for general shooting, street, and landscape photography. We really loved utilizing the periscope cameras for portrait photography, but honestly, most portraits shot with any of the available sensors end up looking great with amazing subject-background separation. Cutouts can be a little bit more hit or miss with the ultra-wide sensor though, but we do rarely use the ultra-wide for portrait shots either way. And we truly think that our sample shots in general represent great clarity and detail, with some pretty nice color reproduction. Night shots are also something to look into with the OPPO Find X7 Ultra, and these sample shots truly do not disappoint. OPPO has surely maximized their partnership with Hasselblad with tuning the hardware, particularly when taking those stunning portrait photos. Speaking of, if you're a hardcore Hasselblad fan, the Camera Master Mode features RAW Max, which allows users to utilize the full sensor, producing 50-megapixel RAWs in 16-bit color and up to 13 stops of dynamic range, which allows more technical photographers to edit in post later on. For video recording, OPPO's Find X7 Ultra can shoot at up to 4K at 60 frames per second with 10-bit HDR support. It also offers slow-mo video, which allows users to shoot at up to 1080p at 240 frames per second slow-mo, with 3 of its 4 camera sensors. The video quality is stunning. The level of clarity and detail is something we only see in more expensive phones today. Stabilization is almost spot on, with occasional wobbling or warpage depending on how stable the shooter was when recording. Overall, we think the video quality across all cameras is undoubtedly impressive. For selfies, the Find X7 Ultra is equipped with a 32-megapixel Sony IMX709 front camera that can also shoot videos at up to 4K at 60 frames per second. And it's definitely a good thing to know that all sensors, front and back, can record videos at up to 60 frames per second at 4K. OPPO also debuted the Hypertone Image Engine in the OPPO Find X7 Ultra, a feature that combines hardware and software optimization with AI enhancements to promise an increase in image clarity of 30% and a reduction of noise of 60%. We're pretty satisfied with the Find X7 Ultra in its camera department. The Hypertone Image Engine and Hasselblad partnership has really showcased the unique camera signature of the OPPO Find X7 Ultra. For software, the review unit we have here comes from China, so we got a lot of unrecognizable Chinese apps and features pre-installed right out of the box. Some of the built-in features are also in Chinese, so we weren't able to play around with them too much. One of them is Xiaopu, which activates when you press and hold the home button for more than 2 seconds. It's an AI assistant that works like Siri and is part of the recent ColorOS AI feature update released last March and powered by OPPO's Andes GPT. Surprisingly, we still have Brino Assistant baked into the system, along with Brino Suggestions and Brino Touch, features that offer on-screen tips, an AI summarizer, and the ability to extract text from screenshots. If we sign up with Andes GPT, we can also activate new features such as AI Eraser, Call Summary, and Article Summary. But it is worth mentioning that we were able to try out AI Eraser from the photo gallery without going through the registration. Otherwise, we'd see most of OPPO's familiar features from ColorOS 14 based on Android 14. However, based on our experience with ColorOS, it is still a very versatile and highly customizable interface users can tweak enough how they see fit. But for now, we won't be digging in any deeper since this isn't really a global ROM unit in the first place. Powering the Find X7 Ultra is the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset paired with an Adreno 740 GPU. Our unit came with a configuration of 12GB of fast memory and 256GB of UFS 4 storage. The OPPO Find X7 Ultra pumps out impressive numbers we rarely see these days, even with other flagship devices we've tested this year. It's only 1 out of 2 smartphones we've tested that surpassed the 2 million mark in Antutu benchmarks, apart from the ROG Phone 8 Pro. We're very impressed with the performance of the Find X7 Ultra. It loads apps and games in less than a snap, and handles multitasking or switching between apps with no problems. Although, during some quick shooting in Thailand where we utilized the OPPO Find X7 Ultra's camera system, we noticed that when using the camera for shooting photos and videos out for about an hour or 30 minutes, the phone noticeably warmed up. The OPPO Find X7 Ultra packs a 5,000 mAh battery. However, we did expect a larger capacity considering the handset size. In our PC Mark Work 3.0 battery testing, the Find X7 Ultra got a score of 10 hours and 54 minutes. While in our standard Yugatech video loop test, the device got 22 hours and 30 minutes. Both tests had the OPPO Find X7 Ultra's display set to 50% brightness, its volume muted, and the unit set to airplane mode to account for mixed usage variables. When tested for gaming, we played a few ranked games in Mobile Legends, which garnered us 6 hours and 30 minutes of continuous gameplay off a single full charge. The device came with a 100-watt SuperVOOC charging brick, which allowed us to charge the Find X7 Ultra from 0% to full in about 30 minutes. The OPPO Find X7 Ultra also features 50 watts of wireless charging rated to juice the phone up to full in just 60 minutes or an hour. In terms of connectivity, we have everything in place. Wi-Fi 7 support, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, GPS, and 5G network support from the dual nano SIM card tray. There's no eSIM support though, but OPPO provides O roaming support in case users want roaming data connectivity while traveling abroad. Like we mentioned earlier, it also features an infrared sensor, which can be used to pair with any infrared-based appliance utilizing the pre-installed remote app. Wrapping up, OPPO continues to make its Find X series one of the best flagship smartphones out there, and the OPPO Find X7 Ultra creates a pretty solid case. OPPO paid a lot of attention to camera quality and the Hasselblad partnership to make a unique and compelling statement. In our opinion, a great design, solid build quality, top-notch performance, and a beautiful display just isn't enough these days for a true flagship experience. Flagship devices also need to have impeccable photography capabilities, one that has a distinct signature and something OPPO can really call its own. The OPPO Find X7 Ultra has all that and more. Unfortunately, the Find X7 Ultra will not be officially released in the Philippines. But OPPO Philippines has commented that its successor, the OPPO Find X8 series, will be launched on our local shores by the 4th quarter of this year. So, what did you guys think of the OPPO Find X7 Ultra? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. But if you found this video educational, informative, or just plain helpful, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yugatech.com and follow us on our socials. That is Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Miguel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.